All right, welcome everybody. That's right. We have our community awareness broadcast today. That's right. Community awareness talk show. That's what you're on today. Live interviews and discussion. You never know who the guest will be. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And guess what? I didn't have it on TikTok yet, but I'm finna go to TikTok. Give me 1 second while I go live on TikTok. Yeah, on thing about TikTok, you got the talking codes and all that kind of crazy stuff. But since I got TikTok up there, we going to TikTok. Let me see. Let's go live on TikTok. Because I love my TikTok. I haven't been live in a time. It's just not probably going to show Sam, the live on TikTok, probably not going to show Sam, but it's all good. But I can make it show him. I can always turn it around. But we're on TikTok now. At least I'm on there. They will hear his voice. Let me see if I turn it around what it looks like. Let's see, TikTok, turn it around. Turn the camera around. Is that the camera? No, that's not the camera. Well, we ain't gonna worry about it, but they can hear you, Sam, on my
Oh,
TikTok.
no, you
Okay,
good.
so we let them hear you. Okay, y'all. So y'all have been introduced. Now y'all need to get somebody on here. Especially all you folks from Hammond, Louisiana, District 43, 5, 1, and 2. Y'all need to get the people on here. Y'all need to tag somebody. Y'all need to like, share, and tag because they need to hear what has to be said. Okay? So like, tag, and share. And we're gonna be having a lot of these different interviews with people. So y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. We got about 2.5 months to do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this in this next 2.5 months. Hey, how you doing, Sam?
Hey, how you doing, Renee?
Doing wonderful, wonderful. So happy to have you on tonight. Been trying to get you on for the last year.
Thanks for having me on, Renee. I really appreciate it, and I know I've been meaning to get on here. The time flies by so fast. I can't believe it's already been 4 years, going on my final and third term of a city council in District 4. It's been an honor to serve District 4 for 8 years so far, and going on my last final term. And I'm so glad you invited me to speak on your show tonight.
All right, and I'm so glad to have you. I'm so glad to have you because I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of the work that you have done the last 8 years. I met you because of one great councilman, Devon Wells.
Oh, he's a good one. I tell you, I've enjoyed working next to him in District 4, and he's in District 3. We've done a lot together. We've had a lot of success getting a lot of infrastructure improvements done throughout the district. A lot of delayed and neglected infrastructure for many years. We were able to accomplish in a short period of time. It goes all the way across from drainage to lighting, to sidewalks, to vegetation growth, cutting down, intersection clearing, vegetation, dead trees on utility lines to, keep everything going during storms. So we've been really pushing hard on that. And I've been proud to get some things done.
And I want to say, I salute you guys, and I thank you so much for your hard work. A lot of people don't appreciate your hard work. I understand a lot of people. I know what the one says to it, and I know what I said to it. But a lot of people um, cannot cannot deny the fact that you all have did a lot of work, but they tend to. Let me see what's going on with mine here. Oh, that's commercials coming through. Okay, on YouTube, but they cannot actually deny the work. So the only thing they can come up with is you all's tone. What do you say to the people? Because even with uh, Miss Tracy Washington running for mayor, the only thing that I'm saying that some of the white people that would love to vote for her because of her credentials, and they know that she's well and able and capable of running the city in a way that has never been run before for the best. But they got a problem with Councilman Webb. And the problem they have with him is his language he may speak on camera, his persona, the way he presents himself. And then in talking with someone and talking with people, somebody said, and I will just tell you what they said, that you were messy and you keep up mess because you always rebuttal stuff that's going on in Hammond, or the way I hear it. I've been to the council meeting, so I'm gonna just call it how I saw it and how I heard it. Because you challenged the old system, and because you challenge what you all call and what other people are calling around the city, the buddy system, and the buddy system getting the contracts, the buddy system getting deals, the people that are in the circle of the fumble and the past people. I'll be honest with you, the way it looked when I was at the council meeting, it was the white people, and the black people was up behind, and the black communities within all 5 districts was less attended to. So help me out. I mean, that's what I saw. That's what I heard. And when you all with the hopping about it and making sure they went to those areas and distribute that money that came in here to do all areas, and everybody had a problem with it. The late Samuel Wilson went to my church, and he was a devout Christian and a scholar. He said everything that the city of Hammond was doing was for the uptown people and downtown. You know, they was making that, and I hear the city say they only did that like that because they wanted to attract people to Hammond. That's most of where the people were gonna travel in the uptown area and in those districts that were downtown. And so they had to make that look a certain way because they want to attract people to want to live here. But while they were doing that, from what my ears heard at the council meeting, they were neglecting Washington Avenue and telling me to take a roof off my building because it was a danger to the community. Where then the stones come and destroy it some more. When all over Facebook and everywhere you read, I have plans for that building to be a community center, but nobody distributed any money and gave anything extra or came and offered it because everything was in the newspaper. My name and everything I did was in the newspaper. Nobody said, we want to build this up because it's over right next to downtown, and I think it'll be a great idea. But they distributing to all these other places, painting in with a twist and a this and a that. I'm just saying what my ears heard. I ain't talking about anybody else. I'm talking about what my ears heard. So I mean, just help me out.
Well, I mean, they can say whatever. I'm always going to be passionate about what I do and emotional about what I do represent my district. My district is a very diverse district. It covers a lot of commercial, old neighborhoods, residential neighborhoods of everyone. And so, I don't really care about the class, or this or that or whatnot. All I care about is working hard for all the people, District 4 in the city of Hammond. But when everybody continues to improve and get better, the entire city gets better as a whole. So the more you keep pushing for every part of it, the better everything gets. So, I'm not looking at this one or that one. I'm looking at what's right and what's wrong, and whenever you do the right thing and you continue putting money and infrastructure improvements all over the city, it attracts everybody from all over to come. And so you want to keep doing that. I don't really care about what little small group I may offend at times or whatnot. That does not affect me any which way. I'm not going to stop doing what I do to continue improving my city, in my district. It may be different, but we've been able to do a lot, and everything we've done, a lot of people must like it because they follow right behind suit. So we're going to continue doing that. We're going to continue pushing, and you can say how the delivery may be, but I'm not going to change being passionate about the district. And the record and the stats and the improvement that you see tells the story. So you don't all the talk, and it could sound good, but when you see the results that have been coming through on District 4, that it is what it is. So sometimes it may come off, and you might have to go against the grain a little bit to get what you need to get done. But if you get it done, that's all that matters.
All right. And and that's what I'm talking about, because I found out in school, with the teachers, in the home with the parents, a lot of times to get people to recognize that you mean business, including your children, you got to get a little loud. You got to get a little rough. Because if you just sweet talk and have a low tone all the time, they take you for granted, and they look over you, and they don't think you're serious about it. What's your thought on it?
Well, every district's different. Every just because it's not 5-0 votes all the time doesn't mean if you're going to have some disagreements in any different democracy you have, you're not going to have everybody agreeing with everything. My district different than Divine's district. My district different than 5, 2, and 1 districts. So everybody's going to be fighting for different things, and sometimes we're all going to agree, and sometimes we're not going to agree. And as long as it's what's moving the city forward, and improving it, that's all we need to focus on.
Right, and that's across the board.
Yes.
So before you became city councilman the first time, I know you also a real estate agent, and that's part of what your business is. And so you are very concerned about the whole Hammond, because you are invested in the whole Hammond.
Absolutely. My full-time job is real estate broker, development. We do leasing, we do remodels, we do pretty much everything. And that type of vision I see for the city. And you have to have a vision for anything you do in life. And so if you don't have a vision, that's you're not going to make it anywhere. So you have a vision, you try to improve things, you try to continue going things. I try to implement the things I've learned throughout my whole life and in my industry of real estate, and the more you invest, the more the values increase, and putting regulations in place and policies and protecting neighborhoods with zonings and notifying the public, all that. I increased the public notice signs for different rezoning and different changes in the communities to make sure they're transparent with all the neighbors in the area. I mean, I know if you had a piece of property next door to you, wouldn't you want to know what's going on with it? And if it's something good, what does it matter if you did know or didn't know about it? So you want to make sure the people know. And if you're doing something good, you should want everyone to know, and so we improved that sign. The sign was 18 inches by 18. I think it was 24 by 24. And that's, 42 by 36 inches. So, it improved a lot. We sent out letters. We sent out registered letters now, certified. So that was a concern from the people from day one, when we started, and I was able to get that passed and approved, and I think that's going to help as a whole with the city, with the communities feeling better, more comfortable. But yeah, I've been real estate broker. That's my full-time job. I got a family, me, my wife, 2 daughters. Just had another one, and then I do all the counseling. It's a full-time job, counseling when you fight for your district and answering calls and being able to be accessible for the district. A lot of times you got to keep following through with issues that need to be done. Even blighted properties, I've been focusing on that a lot. We've improved somewhat in areas that have had some concerns about that. The cleaner the area is, the less blighted and dilapidated property that are sitting there, the safer the community is going to be. There's a lot of different activities in the neighborhoods that go on in those houses that are sitting there vacant. So it helps everything else. So that vision with real estate, bringing it into the city, trying to make sure that everything happens, and then everybody's values go up as a whole and throughout the whole city.
Awesome. And another thing that I like too is that your house, you built a White House. You built a house look like the White House.
Oh man, no,
I mean, thing, you could have very well in your position and being a person that's in real estate and all the other stuff, the broker and all the stuff that you said earlier, and being in that position, you could have moved out like everybody else moved out on the outstretches of a hammer and raise your children up with a big old piece of property to just run around and play. And so I know that you're trying to make the hood next door to you safe, and you're trying to build it up, and you're trying to build that area right there where your house is at, because you want your children to still be able to go out in the yard and be able to enjoy themselves. And then you chose for your mom to have a house and you to have a house right here in the city, in the neighborhood. So,
Yes. Yeah. I've been in Hammond. I decided to, invest over here and clean things up and, blighted stuff and neglect stuff and financially invest. So yes, I am financially invested in this community, in my district. I've always been financially invested. I want what's best for the city, and I'm gonna continue doing that. Yes, I could have moved everywhere, but my grandpa, grew up on the west side in the district, on District 4 of Highway 190. So I mean, I've been in the district for a long time, my whole family, and so it's something that means something to me, and I'm going to continue, investing here, and it means a lot to me and my family, and that's why representing District 4, it has been a true honor for the whole eight years representing a whole district like I do with all the commercial, residential, and all people. I mean, it's just been when you have somebody being reelected and then going for another election, it means something, it really does.
Right. Well,
and you always got that mama close by, so I love my mama next door, so we got to take care of her. So,
and then I have some school classmates and schoolmates that stay next door to you, and they speak highly of you. The Powers, Sharon and Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
They speak highly of you.
That's my neighbors, man. I love them, man. They're great neighbors. Anything that they need, same go vice versa. We always help each other out any which way we can, and it's just a real good little neighborhood over here. We really enjoy, so I mean, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now. I'll tell you that we're very happy here, whole family.
And I know every time I pass there in that little area there, it's very quiet. It's very,
tremendous. Quiet. It was a lot darker. I started adding lights throughout, the area, making sure they replaced them, trimming trees back, trying to get it a little more, safer. I mean, actually, when I moved over here, I mean, they were talking about they had like neighborhood groups watches and everything else to kind of, keep an eye on everything. And I was talking to Oscar about it the other day, and he's like, "Man, we need to get back." I said, "Well, man, Oscar," I said, I don't really have any problems over here." You said, "Actually, Sam, you're right. We really don't. We really don't have any more problems anymore." So just investment, in the communities, it really cleans and helps areas out, and by the lighting was dark and, vegetations and just community, just, invest. I mean, people like that. And it, there's always somebody around, and, the better neighbors you have, the safer the community is,
Okay, can you share with us? I know in Lincoln Park, it had a little old beat up park back there,
yes,
and it was not suitable for the kids. But in your 8 years, and people might not think much of improving a park, but it is a lot when it comes to dollars and when it comes to the city budget. It is a lot to get what you need to make the park exceptional. Because I'm sure there's something else you want to do with that old basketball court. Me and another lady rode back there because I wanted her to see what you had did with the park. And we rode back there and saw the kids in the new basketball court playing. And she said, "Look at that big old court there." I said, "But I'm sure they're going to do something else with that." And I saw the pavilion. I said, "Now, I like the pavilions with the stage, like I told Devon." I said, "But that's a nice pavilion over there." And when we were over there, not only were they playing basketball, but there was another couple looked like they was going to come and picnic out there.
Yeah, it is a real nice park. It's a secluded park that's kind of tucked away. It's like a little hidden gem.
I didn't like where it was located. It's so secluded back there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little hidden gem back there. When I first got in, it was a park, but it was very neglected to some extent. I mean, they didn't, they had the wood mulch in the swing set area. We placed it with the rubber mulch like all the other parks have. So we upgraded that, made it look nice. Went and redid the play set area, had it looking nice. They have walking trail, make sure it's clean. They actually had glass and all type of other little debris in the dirt that when I first got in, we went ahead and got all that cleaned out so the kids wouldn't get hurt, play with all the dirt and everything else. So we got all that cleaned up and out. We added a basketball court back there in the back where it's covered. They wanted to tear up, the administration wanted to tear up the old court, but we're like, man, that's a good bit of money right there invested. So we rather leave it right there and try to figure out something else that we could do with it that would be beneficial for the community back there and the kids. So I got some extra money this year. I was fighting for to get some, and there's been talks about maybe putting a cover on that one, that basketball court, and it may be turning into something a little bit different. But we've been talking about it, so we do have the money there. We're going to talk with some more people in the community, and try to get kind of get something together in it. We have also some talks about getting some type of little water feature back there of some kind. And now hopefully we can get that pretty soon. That's one of the things I'll be focused on in this next term and year, because pretty much the park has everything you really want now. It has a walking trail. It has, it has a basketball court. It has a play set, a swing set, the bathrooms in there. There are cameras now in there that we put in there so to help it keep it protected and safe. And next thing is just a little water feature, I think. And really, it's just a nice little park. It'll have everything you need. Then, I mean, they had a big event we went to a couple of weeks ago. They had the Lincoln Park reunion. Yeah, man, a great turnout. A lot of people back there, and that came out. Good day. A lot of food cooking, a lot of hanging out, a lot of just good times. Calm. No. It was peaceful. No issues, and we enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. It was a good time. I think they're talking about having it again next year too. So.
Well, that day was my anniversary celebration, so I was able to make brunch that morning, but I was not able to make the prayer in St. Mary or the reunion for Lincoln Park. I really wanted to come, and I was going to ask you for the reunion in Lincoln Park, did they really utilize the park real well?
Oh, yes, they did. They really did. It was, and I think a lot of people didn't realize how nice the park is. There's a parking lot now there, everything. So, I mean, some of it may have been a while since they've been back there. They had a lot of people that came back that hadn't visited Lincoln Park in a while that grew up there. And so, that they enjoyed it, liked it. I mean, the gazebo area, the covered area, they had the music playing and group, the little announcement, everything else. Prayer was said there and all. So it was just an all around nice event, and people really were happy about the park, and they're wanting to do it again next year. And so, it was successful all the way around,
Now, did you get an opportunity to talk to different people one-on-one, and did you get an opportunity to introduce yourself and let them know that you were one of the ones who pushed for this park to be like it was?
Absolutely, and I have, and there's a lot of friends I've met back there now that have known for a long time and throughout the campaigns and represented, that know me well, and I visit with them, and they're happy to have me back there, and I'm happy to represent them, and and I hung out for quite a while, so. I met Miss Letterbetter back in the back that we stay in touch a good bit, and Miss Goldens, and so we just had a good time. We cleaned up the front entrance there. We were having a time with the trash and litter and everything, and so we started moving the policing, the detail at the park. We were gonna have any issues, so we kind of moved it to the front on the weekend. So it's kind of kept that area clean. So been focusing on the main drag coming in, making sure it's being clean and staying clean. It's a little challenging at times, but we've made some progress and improved that. And so it's starting to look better. We had a lot of work back there, and it's starting to come. It's starting to improve slowly but surely.
Well, I noticed when we were back there was a city worker, my cousin. He was there as we was turning in. He was there, checking on it and maintaining. So you all try to emphasize having security to ride through there every now and then, and then you sometimes have cameras, so that's another. Are they on all the time?
They are in the back. I know we had to run. We had to fund some internet wiring for fiber to get it back to the park. A year or two ago, we had to run fiber there, and I think in Martin Luther King Park and I think one other park. We had to do, I think, 3 parks. We had to run some wiring there, so we got that accomplished. So the cameras are up, and we hope they're being monitored, but it is definitely helping out having that camera and surveillance out there, and then the lighting. We're about to add I think about 3 or 4 more lights in the back over there in the park. That should be installed probably any day now. We met with engineers and with the energy and all, so they had to drop a few new poles and all. So, that's going to help out at night, having that lit up in there. A little challenging in the back because of the way it's set up, the wire and trying to get back there. We may do some solar type of light way in the back of the park, but we're focused on where all the equipment is in the front to kind of protect it with the lighting and the cameras at night.
Okay, we haven't had a major storm, but I remember when you was on the campaign trail 4 years ago, up to the front after you go over the track, some of the neighborhood people were concerned about some drainage up there. Did you all get a chance to touch on it this last 4 years?
Yeah, actually, it's taken a while, but actually, right over the tracks on down that Alita Drive, that Alita Street lane right there, they had no drainage right there, and so we were supposed to be done already. But what happened was they were supposed to go to Hardin, and the elevation was wrong, so we had to go out the back area now. So it doubled the project size. So it was, the budget money wasn't there for that because we thought it was going to be a lot less. But so now it's actually going to clean up all Alita, and that's actually slated to start this year to go through all Alita, drop all the drains, and go out to back to Center Street. So that's going to clear up all the drainage problems over there because there isn't any drains that have been installed for years. So I was able to get that done. The money's there and it's funded, and so that'll be in place this year. So you'll see the drainage improvement there, and we're also going to take some of that money and do some off of Barnes in the back as well too, and fix some issues in the back, kind of the backside of park. So all that's being done this year. It's slated for the middle of the year it starts, so it'll be anywhere between the middle of the year and the middle part of this year. So yeah, you're gonna start seeing all that action. And then the sidewalks are put in there too. Actually, I put those in last year before, I think it was, going all the way to the park, on that backside of Barnes and Anderson. So they didn't have the sidewalks there, so we got some sidewalks put in there, and so. It's just a constant, I've been able to put a good bit of money back there in the last, 4 to 8 years. So, I mean, it's coming along, the park and then the infrastructure to get back there and the drainage. So, I mean, it's, everybody wants to see more, and there's a lot more to do, but there've been a lot done in the last few years back there that hasn't ever been really done until I've been in office. So, I mean, we've been very successful, and I've, and I've had the help of Councilman Wells and Kip and others to get what I need done to push through.
Okay, and so what you're saying to the people, and if you all are listening in the Lincoln Park area, and you think something hasn't been done, or you think Sam said he was going to do something that he didn't do, we have to understand that he was in 4 years and he got what he could, even kicking off and starting off. But then, by you electing him for another 4 years, he was able to do some more in the park. He was able to put some sidewalks in. He was able to fight for the money to get the drainage that you all asked for, even though some of it has not happened. But if you understand the way things work, it takes time, and then you're steady putting it before the people. And sometimes when they come out first with it, they may not okay it first, or they might have to wait till another budget come out. Because I heard somebody being critical last time that saying, well, I heard at the council meeting them saying that money was not accepted for something on behalf of the council. But then I heard the councilman say the reason that money wasn't accepted because you had a lot of other money over here that you didn't want to bring over here, and you all was not going to accept the little money because y'all needed more money. So people have to understand how all this stuff works downtown and at the city hall. So therefore, from what you're telling me, what the people were asking for over on a leader drive or whatever that is, like I was asking you, because I was there with you with that campaign trail. they want something with the drainage, probably what it's all
Absolutely.
about. But you said y'all attempted to start,
Yeah.
but you didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
enough, so you had to get some more money.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think it was supposed to go out to hard. I think it was like budget around 150. So I got the 150 for last year, but we needed about 350. So we ended up getting 350 now. So
That's a
it'll be
lot.
done.
That's a big difference.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly, exactly. That's why it was delayed a little bit, but we were able to got it done this year, and so now it will be done. Now this year.
But let me tell y'all this too. Why he's saying that. He done did all this work for District 4. I'm just keeping it real. And he done got this money. So come October, early bird voting, and come November the 3rd, when you all re-elect him, he will continue on what he already got in place that's going to happen whether he win or not. So that next person come in will not be responsible for that happening if it's not him. So I just ask that you don't forget the bridge that brought you over.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Everybody that come on my platform may not be a person that I have endorsed, but I have definitely endorsed Mr. Sam, and I have been following Mr. Sam ever since before the last 4-year election, and I am very pleased with his leadership. I'm very pleased with his being able to collaborate in the council meetings, and especially uh, him and Councilman Devon Wells, along with others, but especially those two standing on business for the district, and especially standing on business for the districts that have been the district areas. Because some of the front areas are the areas that's standing out to where everybody see all the time, like the town part. They may have bid a few things for that, but the ones in the back, like the Lincoln Park, or even Lincoln Park, because you got to go down the road, it's like sitting over there like a city of its own.
Yeah.
They were being elected. Now, that's what I see. They
Yeah.
have been elected for the last 30 years. Now, that's what I see. I don't know what
Yeah,
nobody see. But
and
when Sam and Councilman Devon Wells got in there, they kept it on the table. And then, of course, you take 5 votes, or at least 4 votes, or sometimes 3 votes to get it done. So, in the process of them keeping it on the table, because they work well together, I've seen it with my own eyes. I ain't talking about what I heard, I'm talking about what I know. They work well together. And then, if you go back and look at all the videos and stuff on the chambers, on City Council website, you will see. And yes, they got loud sometimes. Yes, they held a meeting 4 hours sometimes. But it's because they had a purpose and they had a goal. And from what I see, they got a lot of it done. And they have a long way to go. But if you elect them for the 3rd time, they'll get as much as they can get before they can't run no more. After this time, they can't run no more. So we'll
yeah,
have to depend on somebody to come in with their same energy, with their same thoughts, and keep it rolling to get better and better and better. Are there any other parks in any districts, in any area of your district? What I think your district is out there by Villa West too.
yeah, it's about Villa West. It's a big, wide district, I've had a lot of successful projects throughout the whole district, and we got Villa West, we have Lakewood subdivision, we have Highway 190 West, going out to Monastery Lane to the old Winn-Dixie Distribution Center. It goes all the way to Carter Street, Ruland Street, Scanlon, all that area, Linden and Church and Blackburn. So it covers a good bit of area, Westdale subdivision, and so we've been able to be successful in a lot of areas. We got a ton of sidewalks and drainage coming through. Right now, they got a project going on West Church. That's my project going to West Church and Maple and going towards Carter, Scanlon, and all those areas tying into Rosewood. So all that's coming in very soon this year. It's all been slated with money coming in. So we have a lot of good things happening. And the next 4 years when I'm reelected, we're going to continue finishing what I started. And we have a lot going on, Renee, and done a lot of lot in a short period of time and got a lot more to do. And we're going to keep on fighting for the district and moving forward. And I ask the people, support me again, like they always have, and get me in for another 4 years. And we're going to keep on improving the city, and District 4 is going to continue moving forward, the whole district as a whole. So I've been honored, and look forward to being.
So the people can know when they're voting. And you may have some newcomers because people are being registered to vote that are in the district. So you said in Villa West area, was there anything in particular that you got done over in that area the last 4 years? They questioned you about?
Yeah, Villa West, we've had some, some drainage issues that we've just got the money and we got it all approved. So you'll start seeing that done this year. Right now, actually, the project's just been approved for that. So that'll actually be underway right now. They awarded a bid to a company. So you'll start seeing some collapse drainage and sewer lines, different things that are going to be getting replaced, lighting throughout, the subdivision, different areas that, we continue replacing and, going to continue cutting back the vegetation. And I'm working with trying to get Rue St. Martin and Rue Simone coming in and Rue St. Martin, Rue Simone, and those areas that are coming in Villa West repaved, working with the parish, trying to get, them on board to get these roads done, repaved throughout the district. But those are some main inner entrances to that subdivision. So, we've done a lot of it at Lakewood. We protected Lakewood from different developments. I've been trying to come in through the backside to really.
Where exactly is the Lakewood area?
That's off of Old Baton Rouge Highway. In the back, it backs up about an overpass, right there where the overpass is, off Old Baton Rouge Highway, across from Villa Willa. It's a little neighborhood in the back over there, like Joe Ferris and Susan Drive. It's a older established neighborhood that's been there for a while. And so couple years back, they were trying to have a cut through a neighborhood in the back, and we were able to successfully, as a whole neighborhood, fight against that and make sure they didn't come through the neighborhood. And that was a really good event.
If you come over the overpass, coming from Hammond, coming from the city,
you go Old Baton Rouge Highway and you pass up Villa West on Old Baton Rouge Highway, heading towards the overpass, and you take a right before the overpass. That's the edge of the district.
Okay, so how about that before you get to that, all that, like by Wendy's and all that?
Yeah, Wendy's, all that area. Wendy's is in it. The Cecilia, Azalea, all that little area off Old Baton Rouge Highway is all in the district. It goes to Lato Lane, Brandy Lane, and then Timber Lane, and then you got Lakewood. So you got that subdivision in the back, and all that area is in it. All the shopping centers, the Lowe's, the Aldi now, all that little shopping center, Town and Country, all that whole area is included. Actually, it went all the way out past Don Seafood, but on the other side of the street. Villa West, it used to be Rue de la Paix. One of that side was actually in the Bonds district, but now when they redistricted it last term, they added the whole subdivision and is in my district now, and it goes all the way to the overpass on that side, but some more commercial in that area.
Okay, so people, I need you to know, he just named all those places. Go back and look at this video, share this video. All y'all people in that area, y'all have heard what Sam DiVittorio, I finally think I know how to pronounce his last name. I have heard the things that he have interacted. And basically, it ain't too much need to be done up in the Villa West area there, I don't think, unless they have sewage problems. Have you ever had reports of sewage problem over there?
No, we're good. We have a lot of, it's old infrastructure, so we've been working on repairing sidewalks. They already have sidewalks. So we've been working on repairing spot repairs throughout the subdivision and lighting, keeping up with the lighting. Trying to focus on maybe getting those lights all repainted, the poles and all, freshen them up. So there's a lot in there, so it's going to be a little pricey. So we're working on getting pricing on that to try to maybe repaint all the poles, get them all freshened up. I think they're like 65 plus light poles throughout there, so it'll be a little job. But so we'll get that done, work on the roads, getting those repaved on some of the main entrances, and just keep on fighting, for improvements throughout every aspect of the district. We got sidewalks all over Rosewood area and Lakewood. We're actually working on drainage and sidewalks going out towards Old Baton Rouge Highway, so you can, a lot of foot traffic. You can walk from, all the way from neighborhood. Try to eventually kind of connect to all the commercial areas on with sidewalks. That's a
Klein Road is out of the city limits.
Yeah,
right?
Klein's right outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Billawilla is the edge of it. Billawilla is the edge of my district right there on that side, right next to Villa West. That's kind of edge on that side, and Lakewood's on the opposite side of the north side of Old Baton Rouge Highway. Lakewood's on the right before the overpass, and so that's where the edge of the district is.
Okay, so to my people that's listening, you have heard what Mr. Sam said is his area. I don't think we lost no areas because I don't know whose area is where them nice houses at next to the park, next to Lincoln Park. Is that your district as well?
Yes, that's off of Rose. Was it Rogers Moore Way right there? Rogers Moore Way.
Next or somebody by one of them. Yeah.
You got a little subdivision community right there. That area is in my district as well too. It's probably about 20 houses maybe or so.
Oh, okay.
25 houses.
So what we're telling the people that's listening right now, know your district, know your city council.
Yes.
And you're also welcome to come every second Tuesday and every fourth Tuesday to the council meeting. And they always allow you an opportunity to get up and say something to them, as well as the whole city council, the whole 5 districts. They encourage that you come out, that when they're fighting for you, they will have you there as their moral support. Because if you come show up and get your families to come show up, when they're asking for something, they don't want no procrastinating on the city as a whole, on the other councils. They want the other councils to stand with them to get it done. So you need to know where you live at, who's your city councilman, and your city councilman for District 4, for the Black people that are listening. I just got to keep it real. There is no Democrat running. You have 3 Republican candidates. You have the incumbent Sam DiVittorio.
There you go.
Huh?
There you go. You got it right. You're getting better and better at pronouncing my last name.
Yeah, you have an incumbent that has been there 8 years and has did the best he possibly can with the vote of those who did go along with him in the city council. And I think all of them did most of the time because he had important things. But there were times in the past some of them might have been slack, but that's all right. He brought it back. If they were slack, he brought it back to the table, and he got as much as he could done. And you done heard him say that he still got some things that's in progress for the upcoming year for Lincoln Park. He has some things in place for the upcoming year for over there in Lakewood. And
Rosewood area, we got it all. We got a West Church area, Carter Street, Scanlon area, Rosewood area. We got a lot of stuff with Linden Church Street. We got we have Lincoln Park. I mean, we got Old Baton Rouge Highway. We got some things coming on that side, some improvements. Lighting it down 190 I'm working on right now, heavily right now. Was able to get the state rep to try to propose $250,000 to get for a lighting improvement all on the west side of Highway 190 coming into town. So it's very dark on that side. So that's a big deal there that we work on, that I've been working on. So a lot of things you work on a lot of time for a while, and it takes a little while to come together. All of a sudden you start seeing an action. So you're gonna start seeing a lot. You've been seeing a lot. You got a lot of stuff under contract right now that's going out. So I mean, it's gonna keep coming, and this next 4 years is gonna be even more. And hey, I know my district really good, and I've done a lot of fixed a lot of repairs. Brandy Lane was one. That was another repair. Was dilapidated cul-de-sac, didn't drain, filled up, flooding houses. Got all that fixed first couple of years. Got a whole new road put in there. Elida over there on Elida. That's another thing I've been in there a while. So you're gonna start seeing a lot of things. A lot of projects took a little while with different phases. So Elida Drive on the west side of town in Pine Hill, you know, in that area, man, that road was shot, beat up, probably one of the worst roads. We got that re-asphalt just now, got the drainage, you know, had a fight for that. The mayor vetoed that deal. And I was able to get it put back on and got it pushed in. And so now, you know, the people that don't have to worry about their houses flooding on Al-Ida Drive. I have Al-Ida and I have Alida. Alida is in Lincoln Park.
Stop where you was. Okay, did you hear what he said? He said it was a bill that he had that was vetoed by the mayor. So I want to say this, that when we have these city councilors, they're bringing things to the place. Anything that's positive and good that needs to be done, there should be no reason why it's vetoed. I'm just gonna keep it real.
I agree.
Tell us, because what you said was vetoed, you need to talk to the people.
I had
our city council and voting our mayor. We need to have somebody in there that we know is going to stand with our councilmen to make sure money is distributed for whatever they need to be distributed for, that's going to make it better for your community. So what was vetoed?
I had $350,000, you know, budgeted to improve Al-Ida Drive over there on the west side of town. That's Pinell Forest off of 190. They had, you know, the road was shot, no drainage. You know, houses would flood, and some would almost flood, and some flooded. Water couldn't get off of there. And I did the first phase, and then back on Tammy and Tina, and I repaved that road. It was washed out, and so my next phase was to finish out the front going in. And you know, we had it approved, and the mayor vetoed it. And then thankfully, I was able to went door to door knocking, and got the people back out, and they came out and supported it, and we were able to overturn it. You know, with me fighting and bringing it up, it failed the first time in that same night, and we kept fighting, and I was able to get it finally pushed through, and with the help of the people, and we were able to get the road. If you go drive out there on Al-Ida Drive, man, it looks nice. People are happy. It's beautiful now. The drainage working. You know.
Can you tell me if our mayor gave a good reason, or what was the reason for vetoing it?
I guess he just didn't realize how bad it was. I guess he just didn't know. I guess I couldn't really tell. I don't know how you find out any good reason about vetoing drainage and road improvements. That's already there. The money's already there. So I have no idea, you know.
I think they want to use the money for something else, or so you've been told, or they felt like it was a waste of
yeah, I guess
he wasted money, like you say, on drainage or stuff.
Yeah,
I understand.
He vetoed about $40,000 for the park, I think I had, and he vetoed the $350 for the drainage. So I mean, I don't know how you go wrong with kids and drainage.
So why was the $40,000 too much for the park?
You know, I guess he thought we didn't. The money was there. That's the only reason why I was up there, because we already worked throughout all the money problems, so we had enough money for it. So I guess he didn't want to put no more money in the park out there, you know. But I had $30,000. So you can't do much with $30,000. So what I did was I was keeping my 30, and I was asked for I think another 40 or 30 or so, or to try to build it up a little bit so I can kind of work on a project. And so now I got some more this past year. So yeah, so he vetoed that. So that's why some of the things were kind of paused a little bit in part, but it's still coming along. It looks good, you know.
Okay, y'all. It's so important for you all to come out this Saturday to the Tangible Heritage Center and listen to our candidates for mayor as well, because the councilmen can only do so much, and they have to have the assistance of the mayor too. Sometimes they can vote for something, and at times they can vote for something that the mayor can't do nothing about but accept it. But sometimes by the mayor being like a commander in chief, the mayor being like a commander in chief, sometimes he could veto stuff even after councilmen bring it to his attention. So it is so important that you come out on this Saturday at the Heritage Center and listen to your candidates that are going to be there. And from what I understand, there are 4 candidates. And from what I understand, I know 3 of them are going to be there, and we have a 4th one that I don't know if they're going to be there, but they may be there too. So you need to be there at 4 o'clock, and you need to see what they're saying about infrastructure. You need to see what they're saying about everything. And I tell you another thing that you need to do is go back and look at the mayor's farm from Southeastern on last year, because we do have one mayor candidate that ran last year and made the runoff. Uh, Now you can look over the stuff about the police chief because that doesn't matter no more. So just listen to everything else, what they said about what they can do for the city and what education they have and how they can bring it in. And then the other mayor candidates, listen to them and see what they say about what they have done already for the city and what kind of things that they supported uh, during the term of the past mayor. One candidate has served under two mayors, and the other candidate uh, has served at least the last 4 years or 8 years, I'm not sure. So they can tell you what they can do, and you can go back and look at. You can go back for those who have been councilmen. You can go back and look at all the videos and see how they were voting. And what was going on and what was getting done because of their vote, or what was being rejected, as Brother Sam has told us about the vetoes, because of the vetoes or because of those councilmen's votes. And that's how you determine this election that's coming up, who is for you and who is not for you, you know. And then if you know someone personally that have worked with you and helped you, you will know that too. But and when you look at one of the mayor's candidates, you can go for the things that their husband got done because he was a councilor for the last 8 years or whatever. And you will see that mayor candidate also at the council meetings coming up to the podium and proposing questions about why this is not done, why that was not done, and how much money came in the city to get these things done. So we need to know what's going on, and that's the way we need to vote. But I'll just tell you straight up, there's only one councilman for District 4 these last 4 years, and you're looking at him. And
Thank
that's
you. Thank you.
DiVittorio. And he has done a great job, and he got a lot of stuff in place that we don't want anybody else to get credit for. So when the next one come in, that stuff was already in progress. Just like there were things that happened when he came in that was already in progress. If anything was in progress. But when he came in, there was some stuff already in progress. So he's here, and go ahead on and tell him, Sam. You promised to serve, and as you said, and I believe you and I trust you.
Absolutely. I just, I've enjoyed serving District 4, and I'm going to continue serving District 4. And I've asked for the support from the residents of District 4 to vote me in for another final 4 years, my term, and I'll be more than honored to serve again. And we've done a lot, worked hard, and we'll continue working hard. We're gonna finish out strong for the next 4 years.
And can I ask you this? Because I know everybody have a fair chance. You got some other candidates. Because I heard one of the candidates said on the radio station that he entered his thing because he want to make a better Hammond. That's what you're doing, making a better district, better Hammond. And look like that's what you're doing, making a better district. So what can these other candidates do other than block you from winning that you haven't done?
No, I mean, not really. The ones that have been in the district and know the district, they know who has done what is needed to be done, and that's me sitting here right now. And so, I'm not familiar with them, and so I don't know. I don't think they're really familiar with the district, 4 either. So that they'll get to know that on that campaign trail of where I've been and what I've done. So that they'll realize, wow, man, this guy has done a lot. And so that's the work speaks for itself. And so, you just listen to what all has been done, and in that comment you made, you kind of tells you, you sitting there scratching your head like, well, what do you mean by that? Because it doesn't make any sense, So, I don't know much about them, but I know a lot of people in my district. So if I don't know much about you, something right, because I'm in and out everywhere in my district from one end to another. I can name every street in my district. So if I don't really know you, then something right,
And not only that, people, like I said, Sam have investments in his district. He has
Absolutely.
all throughout his district.
Absolutely.
Now, I do know, just being on the negative side, because I like to put it all out there in case somebody saying, "Oh, well, she don't know this, she don't know that." I was told one time about uh, you with your rent policy. I'm gonna tell you like this, whether it's me or whoever it is, if you don't pay your rent, you get an eviction notice. And if you have so long to move, and that's just bottom line. So if Sam has property and you were his property and you did not want to pay your rent and he evicted you, oh well, you already know that's the consequence of not paying your rent. So
Yeah.
that was just
Absolutely.
what I heard one time, Sam, and I'm like,
Oh yeah. Nah, and we got a lot of people in some of the property. We got a lot of people have been with us for several years, so they know how we take care of our stuff and we take care of our any of our tenants in there. So I mean when you're in that industry, unfortunately you have some evictions and it's unfortunate, but we all have to pay mine, and you have to pay yours. We all have to pay everything to the next guy. So it's unfortunate.
right. So we can fix that one out. So you're supposed to pay your bills. I know I'm supposed to pay mine. So I
Yeah.
might be crying if I get evicted, but hey, I know that's the
No,
consequence.
you go, Renee.
That's the consequence. And so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all, this has been a great interview. I hope y'all will go back and listen to it. And I hope y'all will share it throughout this campaign trail. Let people know that you have a great city councilman already in office. And we need to reelect him so he can continue to do great work. It's just straight up. It's just
Thank you.
straight up. You can't get it no better. And and his vote, his district just happens to be mixed and have more white than black because they didn't even try it this time with Devon Wells. They tried it last time, but they didn't try it this time. So first of all, our district is primarily black people, and we have seen. And Devon has rode his bike through the neighborhood, him and his wife, and looked at what was going on. Talked to the residents and asked them what problems were they having and what did they need done, and
Okay.
did they best. And then he rode through other districts and
Okay.
tried to see what he could bring to the table for their district. You can't get it no better than that. I don't care how he said. I don't care if he said a curse word or what he said. He got the job done.
Yeah, Councilman Wells done a heck of a job with his district, and the people over there that in District 3, they're proud of him, and it was obviously stated when nobody opposed him this time, and so I wish him the best of luck, and they're lucky to have him over there in District 3. So he's gonna keep on doing his thing over there, and he's done a heck of a job, and so there's just more to come over there. So like I said.
Because I gotta upload this on TikTok and it's gonna go over the time. Love
Go ahead.
you.
All right, bye.
Broadcast. Amen.